And people often say sword swallowing. Oh, we know how that works. It's a trick. The swords go into the handle. If you like to believe they go in the handle, you have a good imagination. And this sometimes makes people squeamish, disgusted, grossed out. I'm aware of that. If you don't want to see it, I don't want to do it. Do you want to see it?
Yeah!
No. All right, here, you do it. I know, I'll do it. It's all right for me. I've been professionally trained, and also I have this. Special water from India, from the banks of the river Ganges. Water from India. It's a superstition. It keeps me protected. Makes you want to go, huh? To India. You know, I did that a few years ago. At the end of the show, this man came up to me from the audience. He had his arm in his mouth up to his elbow. For real. I'm not making this up. I was looking straight at this man. His arm was in his mouth to the elbow. I was like this. I said, that's impossible. Take it out. The man pulled his arm out. He was an amputee. He had his arm cut off right there. It happened. I'm not making it up. It happened. Nothing to worry about. I know what I'm doing. You're not going to watch someone hurt themselves. For those of you who don't know what's happening, I'm in full control of the muscles in the throat, the pharynx and the epiglottis. Those are the muscles above the esophagus, and that's where the blade goes, into the esophagus. Longer ones later will go further down into other areas like, I don't know, the fallopian tube, I guess, somewhere down there. It's all right, because I'm protected by the special water from India, from the banks of the river Ganges. Water from India. It's a superstition. It keeps me protected. Nothing to worry about. All the bases are. You said that already. Yeah. That was nothing. That was a toothpick. Here, this is for the people who like to say it goes in the handle. You want to believe it goes in the handle? Here, this is for you. I'll swallow the handle.
Oh, wow.
Gag me with a spoon? I don't think so. Of course they're solid. And notice the length of the blade. From the base of the hilt to the point. The blade length. Over 1/2 meter. You can see how far down that goes? And don't take pictures now. If you show it to someone, they'll say he's not swallowing it. It's on the outside. I just want you to see how far down it goes. Oh, and something else I should inform you of. I am not a masochist. I respect my health. I'm in fine health. This has no adverse effect on me. I wouldn't do it if it did. And I'm not possessed with an oral fixation. And I'm straight. I do this because it's a dying art. It is. There used to be over 100 sword swallowers 50 years ago. Today there's very few. It's because there used to be over 100 traveling independent carnivals. And every one of those carnivals had a sideshow. Every sideshow had a sword swallower. It's a fact, I know. I grew up in a carnival family. I used to dream about running away and joining a normal one. I had an uncle who was a fire eater and sword swallower for a few years. After fighting in the war, he traveled with carnivals to see the country. Uncle Gerald. He taught my brother and I. Mom was real pleased with that. Brother used to swallow swords, but no more. Thank God. He swallowed a sword once. It was so long, I tried to stop him. He didn't listen to me. He doesn't swallow swords anymore, but now he has a job working in the parking lot, picking up papers. And now here's what's going to happen. The sword will be set in place. I'll then take the hands away. And when I feel myself to be in a straight line, I'll snap the fingers. And at that moment, the sword will drop straight into the esophagus. Hands apart. I know, it's gross and disgusting, but you'll watch. Here, something a little different for you now. Not sword swallowing, not even a sword. It's another one of those things from India, though. That's where all these things come from originally. India. Fire eating, sword swallowing, laying on beds of nails, walking on hot coals. India, the birthplace of magic. Nowadays, it's a big thing with body piercing. Kids pierce themselves everywhere, like the forehead, eyebrows, cheek, chin, nose, lip, tongue, here, there. Yep. A lot of people don't know body piercing goes back to India. It goes back thousands of years. And the original reason for piercing the body, I was told recently, was not for decorating it with jewelry, but for when they took vows of silence. And still today, people take vows of silence where they sometimes stay silent for an entire year, or an entire month, or an entire day. Imagine that, kids. Be quiet a whole day. Don't say a single word. Just listen. Not because you got time out either. You could. You probably think of things you never thought of before, too. But anyway, in India, they use one of these things called a trident or a thrishul. And what they do is they pinch the tongue first to get the blood out. And they take this. Take it to the tongue. No pain, no blood. Oh, maybe a little. You want blood? Here. No. Come on, I'm not going to do that. But I like this because it lets me look out and see people's faces. See, swallowing swords, the head is stuck back. All I can do is look straight up in the sky. But with this, I get to look out and see your faces. And the real reason why I do these things, folks, is because I like to watch the expressions on people's faces change. I especially like the one when they go, oh, I can't look. It's very amusing from here looking at you. But right now, some of the kids look a little disappointed. And I don't want to disappoint the kids. I'll do it for you. Okay. Is that what you want to see? Well, I'm not going to do it.